Akuma drops May 26, and with his release comes balance changes for the whole cast in Street Fighter 6. There's an event going on for a few days in Japan where people are able to try Akuma out early. And when players were trying Akuma out, they realized some of the characters have already gotten their changes in this build. There's no pictures or videos allowed at this event, but some people are tweeting about it, and some of the information has been leaked. We all stayed up last night getting some of this information slow drip to us. But a few threads have come out with a compilation of all the changes that they've found. This thread here from Koinchinko, probably said that wrong, had a majority of the changes that they found, which was translated by HiFight on Twitter. So I wanted to go over the list and what this might mean for the future patch in Street Fighter 6. A lot of times these are based on early builds, so take this with a grain of salt, but this might give an indication on where they're thinking about taking these characters for the new patch. So the first thing on the list is they remove throw Oki after back throw. Some of the tweets I read basically said that when you back throw a person, you're further away. And I think this is to remove the situation where you're pressuring someone in the corner, they perfect parry you, and then they back throw you into the corner. When this happens, you go from being in a situation where you were in complete control to being really weak. So to take some of that power away, they're making it so that back throw leaves you further out so you don't get Oki afterwards. This could be a huge change for every character in the game, but we'll see when it drops. Ryu can now change between normal and Denjin charge Hashogeki and Hadouken. A lot of Ryu players ask for this because when you Denjin charge, you don't have a choice whether or not you use that charge. So when you use the heavy version of Hadouken and Hashogeki, that's the only time that you'll use the Denjin charge. This just gives Ryu a choice of when they want to use their resources. Denjin charge is hard to come by. You have to usually give Oki up for it, so having the choice will only make him stronger. Chun-Li's forward or back medium punch, you no longer can hit confirm. What this means, when you use this normal, you could actually see if it hit and then use drive rush or cancel it into a special. To take away some of the power, they're going to reduce the amount of cancelable frames on that move, so you can't confirm it visually. For Super Art 2, you get less meter gain while you use it. This is an interesting change because if we look down at DJ, we see the same change for it. Even though Chun-Li and DJ's Super Art 2 you wouldn't see as being an install, they do allow you to get some damage and then combo afterwards, so taking away some of the meter gain would stop that loop that you have. You see, when you use these Super Arts, you can gain meter while you use them so that you can almost snowball with the resource advantage. You get good damage while setting up Oki, and then your next hit, you're closer toward another Super R2. But we'll have to see the new changes for meter gain when the game drops. Heavy Kikoken, more recovery. I would like to see more fireballs have recovery because I, for one, play Juri, and she doesn't have any anti-fireball properties. So seeing changes like this, hopefully Kail gets hit also, would be good for Juri players and will help us out in a great deal. Jackknife, move distance and hit range reduced. I'm not gonna lie, this move feels like it has so much range, but also if you make it whiff, sometimes it could go super far away. OD just cool to maximum, more damage scaling. This is his sway to launcher move that he does, that up kick. DJ does a lot of damage, so any change to some of the damage scaling is only helpful to the defenders. Feels like every stray hit you get with DJ just leads to so much damage and corner carry. So not a huge change, but it is a nerf and hopefully brings him more in line with everyone else. And as we said earlier, the Super R2 less meter gain for combos after stopping midway. So the Super R2 has the rhythm check, and if you stop short, you can actually keep going with a new combo. I'm sure there's going to be more changes to these characters, but so far, so good. All right, Blanca. His drive rush overhead is now +1 on block. I was really surprised to find out that Blanca's drive rush overhead was +2 on block, which is kind of crazy. It's crazy because +1 on block, I thought, was typically the standard for drive rush overheads. And why this is super important, as noted here, is that throws will not lose to jab. If you're +2 on block and you go to throw and the defender hits a jab, you'll actually throw their jab. In that case there, the throw will beat the jab. But if you're only +1, the jab will beat the throw. So this allows the defenders a chance to guess right and get Blanca off of him. And it seems like crouching light punch to medium rolling attack will now work. So that's a buff for Blanca. Cammy, the back medium punch heavy kick into heavy hooligan, and then the dive kick won't connect. So you see Cammys do this when they're in the corner. They'll do this target combo, cancel the hooligan, and then dive kick to put you in the corner. So this side switch combo will still work. However, the dive kick afterwards will not work. A big one is the OD spin knuckle. The projectile invul actually starts later. At the current time, OD spin knuckle from Cammy has projectile invul, I believe, on frame 3. OD spin knuckle can go through projectiles really easily because it starts on frame 3, which means you can actually start this move really late. Now that projectile invul starts later, that might mean that you have to take a read instead, or it's a harder thing to react to because you have to react to it sooner. I've become a little bit of a Cammy hater, and I've never really liked fighting this character. She's just always been good. The fact that OD spin knuckle is +3 on block, to me, is egregious. It's a projectile invul move that's also +3 on block, so does it matter if you guess wrong. You're still plus if they block it. So yeah, I changed the Cammy, but that doesn't change the fact that she's still in my face and plus. Super Art 2 has been changed from kick to punch. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I don't play Cammy, but hey, it's a change. Honda, the bottom 2 character, Butt Slam has more distance on block. So after you block the Butt Slam, his crouching light punch will not reach you. This is a crazy change because Honda would use Butt Slam and Headbutt to try to take away your drive gauge, but now the crouching light punch won't hit. I think people will see this as a nerf. However, I don't think this is the craziest change in the world. That also means that we're not in throw range, so Butt Slam into command grab is not going to be a thing anymore. Honda is a really annoying character, so I'm sure he's just going to be just as annoying. Medium Punch has more range and moves forward now, so I mean, good for him, right? Headbutt won't pass under jumping opponents and can be punished. This is a crazy change, and I honestly will be really surprised if this goes through. What this means at the current time, if Honda does a headbutt and you jump over it, they'll just keep going underneath you, and sometimes you're too far away to punish. But now, he won't pass under you, and he'll just land in front of you, which means you can now punish it if you come down on him. Can I be honest? If they make this change to Honda, I don't see why they didn't make that change to Blanca. It just kind of seems like a weird change. If we're going to talk about annoying forward-moving specials that's hard to punish, then I mean, Blanca Ball is actually a little bit more annoying than Honda Headbutt, to be honest. And this character is much better than Honda. I don't see why they didn't take that same approach to Blanca, and maybe they will. I also would be very surprised if this change still goes through because this is a crazy nerf. Luke, jumping heavy punch has a bigger hurt box. Luke at the current time has a dive kick, and that's his jumping heavy punch. It's so hard to anti-air. Its hitbox covers the hurt box, so it's hard to counter poke him when he jumps in. Now, maybe Luke will be easier to anti-air with a normal button, and that's good. This is the big one to his back hard kick. It now has less plus frames. Luke as a punish counter could do drive rush, back hard kick, and then drive rush again and back hard kick as well. When I talked to Luke players, they were like, I don't see that as being a big deal, but let me explain to you why that is. Most of the time, the first 2 hits of a combo will do 100% of the damage of that combo. Most combos, the first 2 attacks will give you 100% damage scaling. And being able to do 2 drive rush back heavy kicks is 1,000 for each attack. It would be one thing if he did drive rush back hard kick and then hit back hard kick again. But he's doing drive rush back hard kick into drive rush back hard kick. Even though that might do the same damage, what it allows is the third hit is now a crouching heavy punch, which does a lot of damage. So he's able to front load a lot of heavy attacks on the front end because of how much plus frames you get from it. Everyone says Luke does a lot of damage, and it's because of the CA, and sometimes it is. But a lot of times it's because of this thing here. You just do so much damage on the front end. I think these are fair changes to Luke. He's still going to be strong. Kail, so back kick, has less range, maybe. I mean, does it or not? Like, someone confirm. Like, can we nerf this character, please? I need this. I need this more than I need air. I need this character to be dumpstered, please. But Sobat having less range is good because his buttons are just so oppressive in the mid-range. Less meter gain for loop combo. Didn't mention if it was exclusive to SA or not. I'm willing to bet we're talking about his level 2. If I can go on a slight rant, can we please just take some of the power away from Kail? I am so sick of this character getting to have so much privilege. And everyone goes, oh, it's because of the execution. Like, can we just stop? Kail can't have a loop. Facts. AP, super attack has more recovery. Cannot combo from light to SA2 to a medium attack. What I also saw is that his heavy kick target combo going to level 2, he no longer can follow up with another heavy kick. Taking power away from the super art 2 is really important. It's making me afraid for Jury because she has so much power in her kit from her level 2, and it's so much fun. I really hope they don't change much about it. OD Stride Ball can combo into from a medium attack and target combo. This is a slight buff to JP, and I don't think this is a big deal. However, time will tell. The JP tech monsters are insane, so I'm assuming they're going to find something that makes me regret saying this. Aki has a lot of changes, and I'm really excited for it because I like playing Aki. Light Serpent Lash, less knockback distance on Toxic Trigger, Crumple on Punish Counter. When they're poisoned, this probably means you get better Oki on it, but you get the Crumple just like you do on the medium version. This is strong because the medium version, I believe, misses on crouchers. So being able to crumple on the light one means that you'll get the crumple on more situations, which will lead to better damage more often. Crouching medium kick being a +5 on hit is absolutely insane. This is a nutty change, and the fact that she can't do drive rush off of her crouching medium kick is typically bad, but characters like her and Kimberly being able to combo afterwards is actually just as strong. Drive rush crouching medium kick is a really strong tactic, so the fact that you can combo into heavy kick, Aki players are going to eat. Heavy punch having a faster startup? Awesome, I like this. Venomous Fang has more projectile invul. This is her like long range from downtown dive from her stance. This move is supposed to beat fireballs, and there's times where you're in the stance before the fireball is even thrown. and you still don't reach them in time, or the projectile invul wears off and you get hit by the fireball in mid-flight. So I'm very curious to see how this works, because if this beats fireballs, I'm playing more Aki. And lastly, maybe the medium Serpent Lash has faster startup. We don't know yet, but that would also be good. Awesome. More ways to use her poison and convert when they're poison. That's always a good thing. Jamie, the other bottom tier. Let's see what they give the old boy. Heavy Palm is now safe on block, and you're not in throw range. And they think it might be -2. Hey, let me be real for a second. I do not like Capcom's decisions on how they buff their characters. Everyone hates fighting Jamie because a lot of times Jamies are pretty YOLO. And incentivizing that more, it's a decision. Random palms is just super annoying to deal with. And if it's more safe, I guess. OD command grab now has more damage scaling. I'm okay with that. It does take a lot to get the command throw, but once he gets it, he becomes pretty nutty. Crouching medium punch is now +5 on block and could be comboed into OD palm. It'll just give him more opportunities to go into OD palm. And when he's at drink level 4, he's just going to do so much damage from that situation. Standing medium punch being +2 on block is a crazy change, because now you could do standing medium punch into standing heavy punch. And that's a crazy frame trap. Jamie up close seems like he's going to be a lot better, and that seems in line with what he should be good at. But that random heavy palm is going to get super annoying, because every time you get hit by it, it's a free drink. Zangief, standing heavy punch is now +7 on hit. I'll be honest, I don't know what it is at the current time, but I do not like fighting this character. This is ugly. But it's more opportunity for him to do damage, so cool. I just saw this. It's actually not standing a heavy punch. It's actually forward heavy punch, the headbutt. I have a personal vendetta against any command grab characters that can force plus frames on me, and I hate that. It's easy to make me sit still when you have a button that makes me sit still, am I right? Good for Geef, but bad for me. Kimberly, OD Senpu Kyaku, which is the Tatsumaki, which is her hurricane kick, her quarter circle back kick, can now be canceled into Super R2, so that will send her up, and then you could cancel downward to the Super R2. That's a cool change. Doesn't seem like they gave invul back to the OD Tatsu, so I mean, if they gave that back to her, I mean, it would make her better, most definitely. But Kimberly is such a feast or famine character that giving her consistency would just be really annoying. For level 1, you can now choose to not use the spray can. I thought that was always a choice. But hey, apparently you have the choice now, so I guess that's good. Kind of like Jury's Super Art 1. Heavy Vagabond Edge can now combo into OD Air Grab. If I'm correct, this is her quarter circle forward punch that causes a launch. Oh, okay, yeah, so you can cause a launch, then jump up, and then air grab. Okay, cool. This will probably open up different combo routes. That's good. Heavy Tatsu, faster air attack invul, maybe. This might be a placebo effect. I don't see that being a thing. Rashid, level 2, no longer meter gain when this is active. Now that I think about it, I didn't see that JP got that same change. I wouldn't be surprised if he actually did get this change. Basically, how it works now is that if your install is a constructible, think like Rashid's wind or something that attacks outside of what you do, like JP's ghosts and such. Since you yourself are still able to attack, you still get meter gain. But if it's you yourself that gets buffed and it's on a timer, think like Jury's functional engine, and I believe Jamie's level 2 as well. If the super art meter is now a timer, you don't earn meter. So I think this is a fair change if they're going to keep Jury's the same as it is, or allow Jury to build meter while under level 2. Ken's medium punch, heavy punch target combo will always be a true block string. Yuck. Does he need that? I mean, look, consistency is good because we're looking at things from like a top-down view. This is probably good for like the lower players. So awesome. But, Menon's back hard punch into OD Renverse and Grand Fouet. How do I say that?
Renversé.
What? Renversé? Okay, cool.
Fouetté.
That didn't sound French at all. So let's try this again. Menon's back hard punch combos into OV Renversé to Grand Fossa, I think. Basically, this is her OD twirl into her kick ender. So more consistency for Menon to get more damage outside of her command grab. So nice. Lily's down heavy punch, bigger hurt box on whiff, maybe. Hey, I'm going to keep it a stack. Jury's heavy punch has a huge hurt box. So, hey, can we bring these heavy attacks in line with Jury? Lily, JP, all these characters, just make their hurt boxes bigger to give them more risk when they throw it out, please. And there was no info on Dalsim, Jury, Marisa, and Ed. And people were concerned that these characters will not get changes, but I'm sure they will. But I mean, characters like Ryu, Ken, they're just more attractive. You know what I mean? Like, more people want to play those characters. And I'll be honest, a lot of times with Juri, many people don't know how she works to begin with, so I'm not surprised. Another universal change is that drive reversal is now -6 on block. Currently, drive reversal is -8, and being -6 also takes away some of the punishment that some characters can do. For an example, I usually use forward medium punch with Juri, but now that it's -6, that's not an option. So a lot of times against drive reversal, we might just be out of range for the punish. On top of it, this absolute nutty change here. Every character can wake up with raw drive reversal. If you wake up and hit forward heavy punch and hard kick, you'll just wake up with drive reversal? The fact that drive reversal you can't throw or strike is a crazy change. It's a good change and probably will be healthy for the game, but it's kind of crazy at the same time. This low-key might be a great way to get rid of throw loops without taking away the power of a throw. But the fact that it's -6 is wacky. So I'm very curious to see what the state of this is going to be, but this game could look very different because of this specific change. And that is it from these changes. Now, a lot of these things might not go through, but which of these are you most concerned about? Which of these are you most excited about? And let me know in the comment section below what you want to see change with your character. And I'll be going over any news like this on the channel, so make sure to subscribe for more information about Street Fighter 6. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Have a good one.